people, what is up? Welcome back to our channel. Once again, it's me, your bearded bro, QuickSilver 15, back with another video. And today, we'll be reviewing a new show that will make one of the worst days of the week into one of the best days of the week. And of course, it's none other than Wednesday. So if you live under a rock, or if you're probably born yesterday, then let me explain what Wednesday is. So Wednesday is part of the Addams family, of course. Addams family is a long-running cartoon comic book. It also has live movie adaptations before and an animated movie that has been released previously. But Wednesday is the spin-off starring one of the best, well, probably the best character, second to It and Thing, of the Addams family. And they kind of took a really cool take where Wednesday is like a detective-esque character trying to solve this mystery of what's going on in Nevermore, her new high school, which is full of creepy, scary, spooky characters and creatures and everything in between. So we won't really go through any spoilers in this review, so let's get started. So Wednesday stars Jaina Ortega as Wednesday, and she did a really good job in portraying the character. First and foremost, for someone who doesn't really show a lot of emotions, you get a lot from these characters, even if her facial reaction seems dead, quote-unquote dead, but you get little smirks which just livens up this character even more, and I am loving it, and I think most of you will agree with me. A lot of these side characters as well did a really good job. Almost all characters are very lovable, very relatable. In fact, some of the best characters are probably It, who's portrayed more like a sidekick to Wednesday, and one scene that happens to It just really, it will break your heart. And it's really awesome, and I love it. Another great character is Enid, Wednesday's roommate, classmate, and housemate. They share like this Harry Potter house in Nevermore, and Enid turns out to be her best friend, sort of, in this series, and which is awesome. She also has her own little arc and backstory, which just makes her such annoyingly lovable character, in contrast to Wednesday's dark. She is like this explosion of rainbow colors, and she is just so much fun. And again, a lot of the characters are very much lovable. Of course, we have the classic Addams family, all of them making an appearance, except for one, but we do get some sort of hint that he does exist in this world via portrait in Nevermore. I'm not sure if that is him. Of course, we're talking about cousin It. He is the only one who doesn't make an actual appearance in this series yet. Hopefully we get him in season 2. I am hopeful that we will get season 2 because a lot of good reception with Wednesday. So the whole family is actually very fun, except for Pugsley. I think Pugsley is the most boring character, sadly, in this series, because they kind of watered it down in a way, because of course they didn't want to go overboard with blowing Pugsley up and nothing happens to him, so they kind of made it more natural, I guess, more live action. They made it fit a live action thing and less like a cartoon, and it made a lot of sense. Wednesday being dark and Wednesday being very single-minded is something you would admire about Wednesday, but also you would see how her attitude kind of puts people around her in danger, and their reaction to that is very, again, relatable, because if you were lied to and put into danger by someone, then you would probably be pissed. And yeah, so they made it very human, very natural, and less like a cartoon and more like a detective, like more like a Scooby-Doo type thing. And that made me just think that I would definitely watch a Vilma series starring Vilma and having like Shaggy and Scooby somewhere in the background, but putting the spotlight in Velma. Probably again one of the best characters of Scooby-Doo, and in that whole cartoon era is probably Wednesday and Velma. You know, a lot of people do cosplay them, and again, to Wednesday fans who do love to cosplay Wednesday, this show just really would give you more ideas of how to cosplay her next. She just has such awesome outfits. The soundtrack was also awesome. They did like an orchestra version of Paint It Black, which is really cool, and other really cool songs. They made it like into a cello version for Wednesday, and which was just so powerful, and it does fit the character. She is very rebellious, very rock and roll, but in a way also very elegant, very dark goth, and it just blends together really well. I think Tim Burton directing this did a really great job overseeing it. The overall look and feel of the series was just on point, and nothing really felt out of place. So Wednesday is actually just a breath of fresh air from the massive shows that we've all come to love within the past few months. We had such just big budget shows like House of Dragons and Ring of Powers, and Wednesday is just one of those simple and fun, kind of low budget, but not really, you know, compared to the other shows I just mentioned. Pretty standard budget for a TV show, but the execution was just so well, so good that it's just so much fun. And you know, you don't have to memorize a bazillion names in this show. It's very condensed to one area, again to Nevermore and Jericho. And yeah, a lot of fun. All of the side characters were really good. The story was really good as well, and it kept you guessing, and you're never really sure what to think until the very end where they do the reveal. Although I have my thoughts on that. They gave her psychic powers in this series, and it felt like a bit of an ex machina. Also, it was kind of like an ex machina that just saves her in tough situations. Although I'm not complaining, this is just a little nitpick, of course. But yeah, overall, it's still super fun, super enjoyable, and I do recommend you watch Wednesday. If you're a fan of Addams Family, if you've never seen any Addams Family stuff, Wednesday is definitely a great a great show to dip your toes into the whole lore. And although I'm not a big fan of the comics, I think, with the background with the cartoons and the movies, they did a really good job in respecting the characters and kind of giving them their own unique twists. And I'm just all for it, and I really do want to watch more Wednesday, and I can't wait for season 2. That said, we're giving Wednesday a good, let's say 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, thinking back to a lot of other similar shows to Wednesday, first thing that comes into mind is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And although I did love that show, the pacing sometimes was a bit slow compared to Wednesday. So if they ever think about redoing The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and giving us another dark heroine, I would love it if they took a page from Wednesday and just followed the pacing, because they do follow a lot of similar beats. Although I think Wednesday just spot on to the pacing and everything. Each episode, we actually binge watched everything in one day, which just goes to show you that it's very fun to watch, because you can just sit through almost 8 hours of series without getting tired. And yeah, you can't do that with Sabrina. You probably get tired after 1 or 2 episodes. It's just overly complicated sometimes. And although I loved it, Wednesday just is the sure winner when it comes to comparing the two. And hopefully they do again. Netflix, if you're listening, do a Velma show and just do it like Wednesday, and I think people will love it as well. Speaking of Sabrina Spellman, though, I think one of if ever they do redo it and Kiernan Shipka is not available, the actress who played Enid would probably be a great choice as well. So again, Wednesday, have you seen it? If you haven't, probably I hope you go see it. It's a very fun series to watch over the weekend or throughout the week. Actually, probably best watch it during Wednesday so it helps you get through the week or whatever like that. So have you seen it, guys? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, it's me, your bearded bro, QuickSilver 15, signing off.